Hello and welcome back. Now I noticed when I pulled the map up that this was showing it's ready to harvest. I thought, oh my life. Also, I did also notice that if you look at it's in the, oh it's not in the, I thought it was on the last green stage. Oh, is the, let's just go and have a look. I'm sure it's not the first green stage that you can harvest corn. It's the second, or no, it's the one after this where it's not ready but it's gone one stage, so it is the next green stage. Yeah, that's not saying you couldn't, but you wouldn't, I don't think you can. I'm sure it's the next stage up, which I'm glad, because to be honest, that really, so I'm not sure, because if we're in mid-autumn, we could leave this till late autumn. That may have actually changed from the orange. Let's just show you what I mean instead of talking gobbledygooch. Yeah, if we look at this, we've got the light, the yellowy orange. So that's the normal ready to harvest without the bonus, not like the, I know I've got my little field to do as well. I did notice that yesterday, so I could get on with that today, but I might leave 13. We've got 6 and 7. Yeah, I'm trying to think what sugar. Let's have a look. We've done the animals today. It's the same day, and yeah, manure's not ready. Let's just check the weather for tomorrow. Is good all day, supposedly. Right, okay. So then, let's have start to formulate a plan. Right, we've got all digest. Oh, I've done it again. Let's just there. Brilliant. I'm getting a dab hand at remembering what that key config is now. See, it's a bit messy when it's got so much. Let's go and have a quick look and see. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to look at. How much sugar is at the minute. It's not, and also molasses and all that type of stuff. If it was, I can also dump the 38,400 of that into the BGA. We should get quite a large payout, 870 and rising. So sugar's good and molasses is good as well. Right, okay, that's what we're going to do then. So we actually do need the truck, and we just happen to be a stone throw away. Right, let's lift that. Let's make this into as big as it can be, like we did last time. We shall use the magic that is Farming Simulator and the magic that is the versatile trailer. And it certainly does live up to its name. Right, let's get this extended. And let's get that sugar and the molasses all sold while the price is so good. Yeah, let's go big. No. Customize. Go on. Let's have a go. Can I repair as well? Can I ever repaint that? Yeah. Ooh. I didn't think of that, did I? Oh my life. Wow. I'm not sure I'm going to turn this around though. try not get to the gooseneck. This is a monster. I think I was better with the 30. It is a monster, 50 foot long. I like a challenge. And this certainly is that. Okay. Right, so I shall do what we did last time. Oh, mind you, I remember. Yeah, it's got to be on the road to be levelish. I had a lot of problems with that when I tried it on the slough on the grass. Let's go as far. And let's put that down. Okay then. Let's get cracking. Gordon Bennett, calm down. Do you know, sometimes, God. Oh, wow, surprises me. Okay, we'll try that again. Why is that only getting one side when I'm right above it? It's better. Right. Be careful, this doesn't like it lifting too high if you've got a lot. Oh, that's still a bit uneven. Now, if I remember rightly, I was threatening to double stack this last time. Yeah, I had to drop that quickly because I knew I was going to fall off. Yeah. Definitely not my best stacking. Still, it wasn't wonderful last time, but I think it was a little better than that. It was definitely not my bestest. To have the one behind as well. In fact, yeah, let's try and nudge that back into place. Brilliant. Let's try and do a better job than last time. Whoa, whoa. Keep forgetting. The weight on this is tremendous. Yeah, that was the weight pushing me back down. I need to get right away at the top. Whoa. Okie dokie then. So we've not got an awful lot to do today. I had a great intentions. I thought, I know I've got the grass. I could do the grass, but that is a mammoth task. Mind you, I suppose it's not going to get any smaller, but yeah, I'm trying to do the best that I can on the little bit of time. Whoa, no, put it down. On the little bit of time that I've got left. Right. Yeah, I need to try that again. See if I can get a bit closer. Whoa. Yeah, so I want to... It's autumn. I'm not going to get any better than... There's one cut left, so for once I may as well be sensible and actually leave it for... I've got till the end of autumn to do the cut, so I could well get the last orange, you know, the better orange stage for cutting the grass. So it does seem sensible for once to just leave it. Right. It wasn't quite full. Never mind. It was nearly full. Let's try and nudge these a bit closer together. That's got a bit of distance, this next one. Oh, not a lot though. As the third one. That needs a bit. It's going to be hard for me to get the angle right though because of the trailer. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I love the way they can sense the big bag handler. When it gets close, it makes them wobble. It's quite amazing. Wow, that really is a bank. I did plan on improving this, but I never did get around to it. C'est la vie, really, if I'm honest. We always have plans, we achieve some of them, but we don't achieve them all. I'm still quite pleased with my path through the forest, or my paths. I did the other one as well. I'm quite pleased with that one. I go through there now. I'm pleased with the path I've done down the bottom of this field that leads down into field, what I used to call the shop field, right next to us to the right. I'm very pleased with that. I think that actually does look quite good. Whoa. Quite pleased with the sugar factory all my life. That's definitely your worst stacking to date. I need to leave enough room for this. Aha, that actually dropped quite well. Perfect. I couldn't have done that better if I'd have tried, and that was not me at all. That's better. That's much closer. Wow, that's very uneven. Yes, I want to try to do my absolute best for everything, so that everything's at the best it possibly can be. Because obviously I am... Wow, look at them rock, just because of the big bag handler being close. Just so as before FS22, I leave this Let's Play with my absolute best possible outcome. I want to give it my absolute best shot, everything as the best I can possibly do, to see how well we actually did at the very, very end. That's because the other pallet before it was leaning in. Oh, yeah, I've got a little bit better than last one. Could be worse. I won't win any prizes, that is definitely for certain, but it's definitely safe. Now then, let's level up. It's weird with this that you really have got to try and keep it as low as possible. The higher you put it when you are overloading, the worse the wobble gets. And if you ignore it, then it may well fling over the map, as we all know. Whoa. No, forward. Come on, forward. I know it's a struggle, I know. Right, now this one's going to be fun because it's 3 high. Don't know what I was thinking, because I know how awkward the big bag handler is for lifting someone like that. I think that one's going to have to be the last one. I'm going to have to sort of go sideways to these two and stick that, and I think I'll put this on follow me and follow the truck over to Agri XGS, which was the best price as well, which is another bonus. Let's just try a little bit more. Okay, it should be. Okay. Now we need to. Whoa! I know it's heavy. Come on, you can do it. I have every faith in you, Volvo. You are absolutely an amazing mod. You certainly represent one of the best values for money of almost any. Ooh, can we do that with that? It's just going downhill. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah. It's because the weight's against me, really, because I'm going downhill. That's going to always tilt the wrong way. Yeah. Okay. It's not going to get any better, no matter how much you try. I have to think outside the box. It's like go uphill is what you need to do. Go with the weight. Yeah, spot on. Make sure you don't get the big bag angler. First time I've caught that. Right, that's perfect. I'm just about going to get those 3. I was thinking when I made this 50 foot long that I'd actually get the molasses on as well, but I don't think so. I think that's a separate journey. Right. This is going to be... I don't know how we manage this in the first place, to be honest. Yeah, that is just way too heavy. I know what we need to do. We need to go like that. That's what we need to do. And then we need to tilt that down. Just grab the back two. This is an amazing, amazing mod. One that I shall seriously miss until it's released with FS19. It is amazing how I watch a lot of other content creators, and there's always this cry of I want to play realistic, and whoa, and I think to myself, well, it is a game, and the other thing is that the game mechanics themselves don't allow for true. They don't allow you to play realistically. I mean, the game mechanics themselves would allow you to plough going around in circles. Now, I know I myself try my best to make it. I have begun to lift my plough when I go. I mean, they will go slightly around the corner. You can literally go gentle curves. That's not going to hurt. But you couldn't do, if you watch an AI worker ploughing, they can literally. The mechanics will allow all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Now, we all know that, but it is a game, and we're playing with those game mechanics. Now, and some content creators insist on using a big bag handler and dangling it over the side of a thing. But when you're selling your produce, if you're never, as a content creator, never going to show, no matter how hard you try, when you do your produce, especially if you're doing pallets, they will always be taken as if by magic. There's no escaping from that fact that this is a game. So it's weird that the hue and cry about realism, it's all real. You could play this game however you want. I mean, you may not get many subscribers if you go too weird, but it is a game. No matter how hard you sort of try, there is no right and wrong way to do anything. It's just, I suppose it's a bit like there are certain maps which allow which is that one by DJ Gohan, that's a Larry map that Mr. CLP showed, where why did I do that, where you can literally use super duper capacity. No, let's put that on. Super duper capacity sort of wagons, millions and millions. And again, some people love that and some people hate it. Now, I'm not a big fan of that kind of unrealistic, but something like the big bag handler. I know when I first played, I've mentioned this a few times, I played one of my favourite initial maps when I was learning this was what's the name of the map? Oh, you hate this. Was Sudbury Meadows. Absolutely loved that map. Absolutely amazing. It's not seasons compatible. I don't know that it's had any work done on it in an awful long time. So I think it is what it is. I did go back to it a while back, and I thought it felt like I'd outgrown the map because, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It was the fact that I myself had moved. Wow, that's really not liking that. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mean I'd outgrown the map in so much as I'm better than the map now, or the map's got any worse, because that's not. Why? Oh, really? Do you know, you seriously wonder how on earth did it face the Sugar Beet Company building when I at no time faced that, and it was supposed to follow me. Do you know, sometimes. I suppose it's, as I've always said, there's a good and bad day at the office. It's definitely a bad day. Oh. What? Oh my life. Okay, I'll run you over separately then. Yeah, I don't mean I'd outgrown the map, because it was Still a fantastic map. I love the layout. I used to love... Wow, that is... What is wrong with the back? Is it just the weight? Could be, I suppose. It is obviously heavy, and it could well be more weight on one side, but it just looks... Well, look at the suspension on that. Mind you, I suppose, how many tons would that be? 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 24, 32, 34, 36, 38 tons plus the weight of the thing. Yeah, it may struggle somewhat. I think that's more lorry territory. The fact that it's got the power to do that at all is a absolute marvel. So yes, I may be pushing this just somewhat. Alright, now this is going to be a... Now then, I'm thinking about this. I need to give the room to grab the narrow. I think I'll... Ah, yeah, I did. I found an easier way to do this, didn't I? Yeah, the... Oh, did sell some. Okay. Oh, and again. $22. I must have sold a single sack. Right, let's go grab that. I didn't want to be running across the road. Right. Yeah, I don't mean I'd outgrown the map in any sort of weird way, but what I mean was I'd moved on and I'd started to play Seasons. I wanted more than the base game. I wanted a challenge. The base game had got samey for me, you know, rinse, repeat, and the cycles were getting too close together. And the challenge of Seasons, where your planning and things, has got to be so much more. That's... Oh, I've got to take the straps off, haven't I? Right. Yeah, so on Sudbury Meadows, because it's got no season support... Whoa. Obviously, I was starting to play Seasons on most maps, so although I love the layout of Sudbury Meadows, there were certain things... Right, let's concentrate for a minute, and I will continue once I'm not concentrating on pallets. I shan't try to be silly. Yeah, that was my point really. The big bag handler, its lack of realism, as some people would say. Now, on Sudbury Meadows there were lots of the gnarly trees, lots and lots of them, and it used to drive me crazy because I was trying to do it properly with a crane. It was brand new to Farming Simulator, and I wanted to try wood cutting, and I did proper wood cutting, I did proper tree harvesting with a tree harvester, but there was obviously the side where you've got to cut the gnarly trees down, especially in the fields that I chose. There were lots and lots of gnarly trees, so chopping those and trying to get them and using the crane, oh my life, my stress levels were through the roof. Now, the game's supposed to be relaxing, and then I found something like it was the precursor to the Tree Maverick and the Unreal Devourer that you know, has come on the mod hub, that are both fantastic. I think it was the Owie or something, and it was a really wasn't the best written mods, but you could kill trees a bit like with the Trex, the T-Rex, but you could again sell the wood chips. But it was a bit poor, it wasn't terribly well done. Oh, why are you... Right. But it took away all of that stress that you had. Let's just put those down. That you'd had with things, and I used to think this is absolutely fantastic, and yet someone else would criticise me for my lack of reality. And I'm thinking, truthfully speaking, in reality, if I used a crane, it would work properly. So because of the game physics, people have started to use straps on things like cranes. Because of the lack of realism of the physics in certain cases, and yet you would get criticised for that because of, and yet really it's down to the game mechanics not working sort of quite well, and yet we accept that. We sort of do accept that the game mechanics aren't perfect in some instances, and then in other instances we get people talking about realism, and you think it is a game, no matter how much. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be silly. I know we all wish to aim for, this is a farming simulator, so therefore we are trying to simulate farming, and yet due to game mechanics that is not achievable to the utmost degree. So there has got to be a certain amount of things like the big bag handler, things that use straps, whether it's cranes or whatever, where we have to make allowances for that, and not get too critical to people that wish to do it in a slightly unrealistic way. Some people have got conditions. I myself, I'm not the most well person, so I have high blood pressure. The last thing I need is to come on a game that's going to send my blood pressure through the roof. So if people want to slag me off because of that, because I don't want to do that and play in a slightly less realistic way, then what's wrong with that? Would it be better for me to play realistic and have a heart attack or something stupid just to be more realistic? To me, health and well-being obviously is far more important than a game. So again, it's all what is realism, and it is a game. We've always got to remember that. And of course, I'm not trying to say we should abandon all hope of, FS22 may be more realistic. There may be, we've always had, I think, in all of the iterations, I've not played all games, all from 15, 17, but I have listened to people who have said, yeah, that should get him, that I think tree cutting with the chainsaw, as I'm sure people have said it was better under FS17, and then I've also heard people say it's worse. Like FS19 was better. I use the lumberjack mod, and that does make a huge difference, but even that's not perfect. It causes problems. The super strength that comes with it sometimes is very annoying, because all of a sudden you can lift something. It's also very handy in certain situations where, again, I've had bales that have rolled down the back of a BGA that in real life the only way you'd get that is if you got a spade and literally forced it, or a piece of wood and forced that. We cannot simulate that, so you've got to switch super strength on either that, or you permanently lose that bale, because there's no other recourse for you to do that than that one particular thing. So again, I don't know, I'm not trying to be awkward. Oh, why did I stop that? I'm just trying to say that there are degrees of realism, and there's also the fact that the game mechanics don't allow for total realism, because that was not the best of exits. Yeah, they don't always allow for it, and sometimes the game mechanics aren't good enough, hence the fact that things like the Big Bag Handler were created by their creators, because there was a need. There wouldn't be a need for the Big Bag Handler if the game mechanics of using a pallet fork was perfect. And if it was just, don't get me wrong, I know you can use, but again it's down to that stress thing of, do I want to? It doesn't work perfectly. I don't think anybody would argue that it's perfect. It's difficult especially in in-cab view, not impossible. There's more of a feel for things, but it is difficult, and I think most people would agree with that. If you don't want to put that kind of stress on yourself, if you come home from work after a hard day in the office or in the warehouse or wherever you work, and you don't want to. Now I'm trying to think this. You don't want to put yourself through that. You want to have a slightly less realistic. Use something like the big bag handler. Then there's nothing wrong with doing that. Let's go to 30. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And but again, then there are the critics who would say you've got to be realistic. Well, I don't know. The game's subjective. You decide what is real and what isn't on this game, don't you? Truthfully, and if you wish to go for slightly less realistic, that is your choice. And there may be good reasons for you doing so, even health reasons that some people would choose such. So again, it's right. Let's just have a look. How much did we make from? Wow, we made quite a lot of money from that little foray. Oh, we're supposed to be doing that little lot. Oh well, it'll wait. Yeah, we can do that another day. Right, what else can we do? Grass, of course. Yeah, I know what we've got to do. We've got to finish off with the BGA. Putting the silage in the BGA so that can dump the grass. That's the one thing I didn't do, which was to check how much grass we had from that field. When I did put it in, but 197,318. I'm sure I've had more off that field than that. That should have been the most. Maybe I'm misthinking. Yeah, maybe I am. I thought I'd had 350,000 off of it, but obviously not. Or is that including the windmill field as well? I don't know. Or was that including when I don't know. I am unsure. I thought I'd had more than that, but it is what it is. Let's just see if I can grab plough and put it in a better place than where I accidentally flung it. I couldn't believe I caught that and flung it all the way across here. I think I might need to go outside. Not sure it'll actually read it. I think I'm going to have to go outside, which is going to be slightly unrealistic because it's going to pull it through the fence, but I don't think there's any other way. Either that or resetting, which is just, I suppose that's another feature that I'm trying to say. Resetting, I mean, I know some content creators, I don't like using reset. We all recognise though that in some instances you have got to reset, and that's sometimes down to game mechanics. It's not always down to you being bad, but sometimes there are some things in this game that happen that you have got to reset. It's the only way you're going to get out of that situation that you've got yourself in. So again, there's a realism to a degree, and I'm not trying to say we all want to aim for being as realistic as possible, but there are limits, and there are sometimes reasons that we have to be unrealistic. Now I know there are some content creators on some of their Let's Plays, we've all got rules. I play by a certain set of rules, but I don't use I also use the second-hand equipment model. Like if I used reset, then I would reset the condition of my equipment. So for me, there's a perfectly good reason on why I don't reset my vehicles. But some people that buy only new vehicles use the reset to get from one position to another. Now that is not realistic, but again, that is up to that content creator, that person that plays by those set of rules. If they want to do that and their subscribers and watchers are quite happy for them to do that, then why not? That's annoying me. Let's get these little patches of Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If people want to do that and people are happy with watching someone who does that. And then there are people, I was watching one of Daggerwin's earlier, and he was grabbing the big bag, not the big bag handler that I'm talking about, the prop ones with the poles and the and he was grabbing his fertilizer and he was sticking it on top of the thing realistically as possible. No, I'm not. That's amazing. It really is. I'm you know. Let's just drop that a second. Hat off to him for playing like that and for choosing to play. But I'm not. There are lots of levels of realism that I think sometimes as a content creator, when you start to say that, there are still things that are unrealistic in your game because it is a game. No matter how hard you try, that you are playing by a set of rules that are going to catch you out sometimes, and that you might need to reset or you might need to do other things. And again, I'm not having a go, I'm merely saying that sometimes some people can say things in such a way that it attacks every other content creator that doesn't do things the same way as that person, and so people view that as, oh, that's less realistic. On my I must post this as well because it is hilarious. On my Limbo, I had a mod clash of the type that I have never ever seen before, and I will post this video because it is hilarious. But I literally I'd got to the stage where I was buying animals. I'd built my normal mods. I can't remember who the author is. I did know it, but a fantastic cow yard, and I'd placed it, and for once, I'm not a big believer in, I know a lot of content creators will always go and pick up their livestock and they will say this is realistic, and then I will always go to the animal dialogue box and I will order my animals to be brought in by an external contractor. And yet people imply that the fact that if you don't go and get it with a livestock thing, that's not as realistic. And I think, well, I don't know. There are a lot of farmers, if you were having 60 things delivered, that you'd pay someone else to do it. I mean, I'm not saying that neither is realistic or unrealistic, truthfully. But it's sometimes people imply that they're doing it right, and obviously by default that people do it in another way aren't. And yet I've also seen the same content creators, when it suited them, when they were up to the neck in things, to order a few animals the same way that I always order mine. But for once on Limbo, I thought, no, I'm gonna do this because, and I tell you why. The animal place was a stone throw away, and the shop was a stone throw away from the field I'd chosen to place my mod. So even I recognise the fact that, well, you really, for once, have got absolutely nothing to lose by sticking that, like grabbing your animals the proper way. It's actually going to be, for once, cheaper than if you just bought your animals with the transport fee, because you're literally a stone throw away, and I wanted to order a lot of animals, so therefore it makes the hire of the, I think I chose one of the big ones. Well, I did that. I got 56. I'll show you. It's easier if I show you. I got 56 animals, which you can obviously guess the one I'm talking about. I went for the Art Mechanic one. 56 cows. So I got 56 cows, and I used a new mod that I've never used before, the dolly. I used a tractor. I think it was actually the Agritron on that. That was my biggest tractor on that particular Let's Play at that time, I think. Or I may have had I may have had one slightly bigger, but it was the Agritron I actually used. And it was hilarious because what happened was, as I backed up, it flung the tractor and the trailer, which is no small thing, and the dolly. Literally, I've never seen a mod crash that is as severe as this. Now, we all know things can be thrown around the map, but literally, I got out of the tractor, and obviously I was recording the thing, and I recorded what had happened, which was absolutely hilarious, because you can see the cows who would be dead, and the art mechanic massive trailer, and the western dolly all jumping on the sea, thrashing in and out. Now, there was no realism there, but it was just a spectacular mod crash. But it was sometimes you've got to see things like that, and I mean, I did laugh, obviously, because if it was real, then the poor animals would have died, definitely. And obviously, I eventually, the sea isn't very deep there, which I didn't realise at the time. I actually went out. Omatana thankfully has made it so it's not that deep. So I literally went and I fetched the cows back. I think it was the dolly, if I'm honest, the western dolly, that made it crash. It didn't seem to like the big trailer. So yeah, I think it was down to that. It was okay once I'd got the other dolly, one of the normal dollies that I would use. It was fine at that point. So, but I have never seen a mod clash that was anything like that. It was absolutely stupendous. Let's just leave that on 30. Seems about the right thing with loading time. Right, I think this is the last one. What I'm going to do though, I'm not going to put the grass in from over there. I'm going to wait until we do actually harvest the big field and also do the silage harvest, the corn. I'm just going to do a bumper one and see how much we actually get in it. Is that? Yeah, we're just going to literally try and fill the bunker or with as much produce as we've actually got. So yeah, it'd be nice to see. I may, because field 22 and 5 are going to be iron, I might actually do that in the second bunker. But yeah, I want to see how much we can actually get, and that is how I'm going to go out of the let play. I think we should get a really, really big. Is that everything? What does it say? Is there anything left? Oh, it still says, still reads that as, and I can't actually get it. No, I'm gonna have to do what I did last time, which is use the smoothing tool, unfortunately. Otherwise, it won't let me. We'll get the right button eventually. Let's swizzle around. Let's go small. I don't know what is doing it. I really don't know what's causing that weirdness, that yellowy. Brilliant, that's it. Well, at least that's sorted it. Yes, so I'm hoping to go out with that as my last episode, and then what I'm going to do is exactly what I said I was going to do, which is just drop this and concentrate, which is to sell all the fields and see how well we did do when all of the, I'm not going to sell the yard, I'll add that money on, and I'm not going to sell the equipment. So obviously we would have quite a bit from the equipment, even though most of it's second hand. We still have got some hefty pieces of equipment that are still worth quite a lot. Right, let's have a quick look to see. I think I'm going to go to sleep will be the last thing. Oh, 52. Brilliant. Okay then. Let's just run across the road. It's not far. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Literally, just take one last look to make sure that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. 46.
yeah, my time has gone a long time ago, so yeah, I have definitely done my time on this one and leave it there. We've achieved quite a bit. It's still not been terrible. We've sold all of that sugar that's been needed doing and has built up to the point where it needed to do. We're nearly on 700,000 again. We're going to have a big, I think quite a big payout if I'm honest, in the BGA. So yes, in fact, yeah, I bet we've got some more digestate. I never thought about that. We will have, yeah, nearly a full load of digestate as well, so fantastic. We'll get this sprayed. Oh no, actually no, I won't. No, thinking about it, this is, as I said, the last. You've got to start to think this is going to be the end, and also I would have all wins. No, let's not even go there. This is, we know that this is going to be the end of this Let's Play, so I'm going to cut this one probably tomorrow, and that again will be the last cut for this. That's fully orange. Then there is the last cut on field 13. Well, I'm going to let that go. If it goes to the full orange stage, then I'm going to let that go. I've got till the end of autumn, so I can cut that then. I've got the 7, 6, 5 and 22, which they're going to all turn. We're going to silage that, and that is how we're going to go out. We're going to do a massive silage harvest, sell that at the BGA, get the money from that and the digestate, and then when we've done that, we're going to sell 5, 6, 7, 13, 46 and 22, because I could buy them back if I was staying on the Let's Play, just to see how well we did do when all things were considered, and then add 267,000 for that. And obviously the cows are worth an awful lot as well. So how many cows have I got now? Oh wow, 49 births then. Oh wow, the milk's at 27,000. Brilliant, excellent. That's going to be another. Right, so yeah, that's what we're going to do, so that we can see the final amount of how we go out and how well we did. Bearing in mind we started with absolute zilch and had not a single piece of equipment, not even a truck did we have. So that's what I'd like to do, to see how well we did in the end on hard economy with absolutely nothing to our name at the beginning. That and almost by the end of year 2. Let's see what we got from the biogas. Oh yes, I would say that's fairly bumper. Brilliant. Okay, let's turn the speed down. So 775,000. That's just what we're. The one thing I'm going to do, because we all know that what happens is you get the growth wave come at a certain time in the morning. So I'm going to literally go and do the animals right now, and then we're going to just take a look. I wouldn't do it, but this is just. I'm not sure whether. Let's grab that. Need a bit of fuel. It might not go far, but it's certainly used some with all this to and froing. Okay. I think I'm going to need some more. Wow, the manure again. Brilliant. Oh. I will do it though, because it is out, but that's not bad actually. It's almost to the top. So right, milk is on yellow, so I'll have to send it tomorrow. That is going to be a massive payout tomorrow. 37,000. Wow. Now I need a run up. Remember, don't stop. I love this lucky little tractor. Seriously do. Absolutely. This was the first tractor we had on this Let's Play. We had to get rid of it and then we bought it back. Yes, I'm glad we did that. We didn't forget our humble beginnings on this Let's Play of this little tractor and its sacrifice it made for the continuation of the farm. I remember that sacrifice. Front left, we're going to need to change the tip sides, aren't we? Let's just literally fill that till it's to the very top. Right, excellent. So that is where we're going to leave it. We're going to have a quick look to see if those growth stages have moved on. No, there's still the third growth stage. I'm not sure though. No, it's the next one afterwards, isn't it? It's like the one where 24 is that last green stage. I'm sure Mr. Sealy P, when he was explaining about this, let's have a quick look. Let's just go over there. Go on the stage 2 and have a look, because I know it's when it gets big but it's still green, whereas it wasn't big, it was small. Yeah, it still is. Yeah, it's the one after this, definitely. So it is that last green stage, not this stage. So yeah, still not ready. Brilliant. So we have definitely got a little bit more growth out of that. Oh, this is the first, isn't it? Not the second. Yeah, still the light yellow. Yeah, so this next session we may even actually do some fertilizer jobs. So we'll spray. No, we're not going to do that. This is the. You think, don't you? You always you harvest, you spray, you put your lime, and it's weird how it becomes so intrinsic a part of you that obviously right now I'm fighting with myself because I would normally do that. So yeah, I've got that to cut. Next play session, that and that aren't going to be ready, nor is that, obviously. So yeah, all I'm going to be doing is I'm definitely got the manure to fetch from the farm, and I'm going to probably have a nice session next time of sending my we're looking for fertilizer jobs, definitely. Let's have a quick look. I'm not going to do it now, but let's see what's available. Oh yeah, okay, we'll grab that now. And 54, definitely, and 12, which is just down the road. 28, that's down the other side. Grab 12. Brilliant. And that is where we are going to leave this session. It's been another bumper session. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. We're going to continue. There aren't many more sessions left, but it would be lovely to see where we go on this Let's Play. How well did we do when, from our very, very humble beginning. In fact, you don't get any more humble than zilch. And also the added challenge of literally going on hard economy and with absolutely nothing. I mean, this is the most challenging challenge I've ever set myself on Farming Simulator 19, and with seasons, which is that in itself is a challenge. I didn't go mad on passive income, just 2, and also on hard economy we all know that means it's very limited on what it's not as free as if you did it easy. The passive income that you get is much higher, whereas on hard economy it's very low. So again, I've set myself the biggest challenge I've ever set myself, and I am blown away with how well we have done. And I know when I've said this before on my Thornton Farm Let's Play, when I did this I did struggle from the switch over from the normal economy to hard was absolutely awful. It was terrible trying to make money and trying to buy fields. I had to work twice as hard, literally twice as hard, to actually get anything done. I haven't felt that on this. I've thoroughly enjoyed this Let's Play and not even concentrated on the fact that we are on hard economy. It's just flowed, and that is absolutely amazing. I have never sort of thought, oh my life, this is terrible, I'm on hard economy, like I did on Thornton. That was terrible. So whether I've adjusted or whether this, I mean, I haven't cheated, I've not been cutting wood willy-nilly to make a fortune. Literally, I've just used farming and contracts. I have used contracts very liberally with having some very large fields. Some of the fertilizer payouts, as we've just seen on those, are absolutely amazing. Nevertheless, we have put the work in. So yeah, I mean, that was, and again, that's something else that I've taken away, because I've said many times on this Let's Play I was a contract noob. I don't mean I've never done them, but I'm not a massive sort of, I usually just do my own farm, and I've taken away from myself unnecessarily, when sometimes it is, you can earn that money to buy things that your passive income. I suppose that is the point. Obviously the contract system was probably made because the game itself recognises that there isn't always enough work on your farm, especially if you were starting from scratch. So yes, as before passive income became a thing and there were mods that did passive income, then obviously you would. But even when passive income is a thing, it's still stealing away from yourself something that is quite useful and quite rewarding. I have thoroughly enjoyed even those manual few that I did right in the beginning to try, because I didn't want to be the wages bill to be so large, so I'd do a cultivator job for 1,000, which probably netted me $700. That, I mean, that was at the beginning. We did that a few times, and then we had massive curveballs, a 60 grand contract that went wrong, and we lost all of that and all of the work and hours of work we put in. And there's a few contracts that went wrong for similar reasons. One that I think it was right back, it was on field, I think it was field 49, it was the Lone Oak field. Yeah, it was. I remember the cultivating job. I got a massive cultivator and I was cultivating that, and I was manually doing it because my money was sort of, yeah, I wanted to maximise the profits, and I manually did this. I got to about 80% and it went wrong. I obviously loaded my save and I was down to about 30% progress. It hadn't lost everything, and I'd got to do that again, and that is soul destroying. It is a big field, and yet I just soldiered on, and look where we are now. 775, $750,000, and all of the fields we've got. It's absolutely amazing. I'm just blown away. Words fail me on how well we've done. And we've got a massive amount of equipment. The JCB is our best tractor. Yes, in its natural state it would be the equivalent to a medium. It's chipped, so it is a monster. Nevertheless, it's still physically a medium tractor. As I've said before, you can't make something medium into something large. The weight of that is a medium tractor. You know, there are much bigger and much heavier tractors for doing the big things. This has got the power, but it hasn't got the mass. So again, I think we've done really well with the equipment that we've got. But we've got a fleet of tractors in varying different horsepower. Some weak, and we've not got rid of them. We play our tractors to their strengths. So again, I am absolutely blown away. But anyway, with no further ado, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're going to continue and watch this just to see how we do, how the ending is, where we actually finish, because that's what I'm looking forward to. This is, as I say, if I'm honest, this has got to be, of all of the Let's Plays I've done, my absolute favourite. And that's saying something. I mean, this is an old map, but season support, I mean, it's been re-released, and it is a fantastic map. And I always knew it was a fantastic map. I never clicked. This is the first time this map has clicked with me, and I'm blown away by the progress we've made with a very difficult set of stringent rules, and yet we've done so well. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely, of all the Let's Plays I've done, this has got to be my favourite, the most challenging, the most ups and downs, and yet the most rewarding of all the Let's Plays I've ever played. So anyway, with no further ado, I'm going to say goodbye for now.